Flirting over text can be tricky, but sometimes it's all in the little things we do without saying a word. From playful emojis to clever replies, there are plenty of ways girls show their interest, even when they're not being obvious. In this video, we're going to break down the top 10 signs that girls flirt over text, and we're counting them down from the least obvious to the most telling. You might be surprised by how simple some of these are, yet how powerful they can be in sending a flirty message. Whether it's a quick text or a sneaky typo, there are plenty of signs to look for if you want to know if she's into you. Stick around and you'll be able to spot them every time. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share it with your friends so they can catch on too. You don't want to miss out on these flirty tips that could totally change the way you text. Let's see if you can spot these signs next time you get a text from someone special. Number 10. Emoji overload. When a girl starts to fill her messages with lots of emojis, especially ones with hearts, winks, or blushes, it's a pretty clear sign she's trying to keep the conversation playful and flirty. Emojis are a great way to add tone and emotion to a message without actually saying anything directly. For example, a simple text saying, "I had such a great time today," followed by a smiling face with hearts or a wink emoji can turn a neutral statement into something with a little more flirtation. This isn't just about using any emoji, but rather choosing ones that suggest affection or attraction. Girls often use emojis to soften their tone, especially when they want to express something flirty without being too forward. The smiley face with hearts, the winking face, and even the kissy face emoji are commonly used to send a subtle signal. If you notice a lot of these in her texts, she may be trying to send you a hint that she likes you, but in a cute and indirect way. It's playful and lighthearted, making it a safe way to flirt without taking things too seriously. Number 9. Quick replies. One of the more obvious signs that a girl is interested in you over text is how quickly she replies. If a girl texts you back almost immediately, it shows she's paying attention to your conversation and values your messages. The key here is not just the speed of the response, but the eagerness with which she replies. For example, if you text her about something fun or interesting, and she responds within seconds with an enthusiastic reply, that's a pretty clear sign she's engaged and wants to keep the conversation going. When girls are interested in someone, they'll make an effort to keep the conversation flowing. If you find that she responds very quickly, especially when it's not a busy time of day, it's a sign she may be flirting. Fast replies often mean she's thinking about you and doesn't want the conversation to end. In some cases, she may even initiate conversations herself, keeping the chat alive and showing that she's interested in you. Number 8. The scene game. One of the most subtle signs that a girl might be flirting with you over text is how she handles the scene notification. When you send a message, you can usually see if it's been read, thanks to most messaging apps showing a seen or read indicator. If she reads your message but doesn't reply immediately, it can be a sign of flirtation. Sometimes, girls will purposefully leave messages unread or take their time to reply, creating a little tension and keeping you guessing. This little game can build anticipation, and it may make you want to reach out more to get her attention, while it could also mean she's busy or distracted. If you notice it happening often, it might be a way of teasing you or playing hard to get in a flirty way. This is often done subconsciously, but it can be a sign of interest. She might be waiting for the right moment to respond, or just trying to make you a little more curious about her. Number 7. Subtle compliments. Girls who are flirting will often throw in compliments to make you feel good about yourself. However, these compliments are usually subtle and may not be as direct as you'd expect. Instead of saying something as straightforward as, "You're really attractive," she might text something like, "I love how smart you are," or "You have the best sense of humor." These compliments feel genuine and show that she's paying attention to who you are as a person. Flirting through compliments can be a way for girls to express their attraction without being overly obvious. A girl who flirts through compliments will often focus on things that make you stand out, whether it's your intelligence, your sense of humor, or your kindness. These compliments can make you feel special, and while they may not always be directly about your appearance, they show that she's noticing the little things about you. Number 6. Flirty questions. A big part of flirting over text is asking questions that make the conversation more playful or intimate. For example, If a girl asks questions like, "What's your idea of a perfect date?" or "If we went on vacation, where would we go?" she's trying to get to know you better while keeping the mood fun and flirty. These types of questions are often a way of gauging your interests and how you might fit into her life. Flirty questions can sometimes be tricky because they aren't always direct. She might ask about your favorite hobbies or what kind of music you like, but in a way that implies she's thinking about you in a personal context. If you notice her asking questions that feel a bit more personal or aimed at creating a connection, it's a sign that she's flirting and wants to get closer to you. Number 5. Playful teasing. Teasing is another classic sign of flirting. Girls often tease the person they like to make them feel a little playful and challenged. The teasing could be about something small, like, "You always think you're right, don't you?" or "Oh, you're so funny." Sometimes, this kind of back-and-forth banter can build a fun dynamic where both of you are trying to one-up each other in a lighthearted way. The key to playful teasing is that it's never meant to hurt. If she's teasing you, it's likely because she's comfortable with you and enjoys your company. It shows that she feels safe enough to joke around and is confident that you won't take her teasing seriously. If she teases you in a way that makes you smile and laugh, it's a sign that she's trying to connect with you on a more personal and flirty level. Number 4. Late night texting. Texting late at night is a classic sign of flirtation, especially if the messages seem a bit more intimate or personal. When girls text late at night, it's usually because they're winding down for bed and are in a more relaxed, talkative mood. If she's reaching out to you during these hours, it could mean that you're on her mind and she's thinking about you. These late-night texts often come with a more relaxed tone, allowing her to let her guard down and share more personal thoughts. Sometimes, late-night texts are also a way of staying connected and keeping the conversation going when everyone is winding down. It can be a way of subtly signaling interest, and depending on the content of the message, it can be a playful or romantic opportunity. If the messages get a little flirtier or more intimate at night, it's a sign that she's feeling more open to expressing her feelings for you. Number 3. Double texting. Double texting happens when someone sends 2 texts in a row without getting a reply in between. If she's double texting you, it means she's thinking about you and wants to make sure you see her message. This can happen for a number of reasons. Maybe she's excited to share something, or maybe she doesn't want the conversation to stop. Double texting can also be a sign that she's eager to keep the conversation going because she's interested in you. It can also indicate that she's thinking of something she forgot to mention in her previous text, or that she just wants to make sure you don't miss something important. Double texting may feel a bit pushy, but when it comes to flirting, it's usually a sign of enthusiasm and interest. She's invested in the conversation and might even be trying to keep your attention. Number 2. The exclamation mark trick. You might have noticed that when a girl is really excited or happy, her texts are often filled with exclamation marks. A simple text like, "I had such a great time," can go from neutral to flirty depending on how it's written. Girls use exclamation marks to express excitement and emotion, and when they're used in a conversation with you, it's a sign that she's feeling a positive connection and wants to show it. The overuse of exclamation points might seem subtle, but it can reveal a lot about her feelings. If you see her texting with a lot of enthusiasm, using multiple exclamation marks after certain words or phrases, it's a sign she's engaging with you in a way that's meant to be fun and flirtatious. It's her way of showing that she enjoys your conversations and feels excited to chat with you. Number 1. The accidental typos. Sometimes, the best sign of flirting is when a girl purposefully makes accidental typos in her texts. These aren't necessarily mistakes, but little slips that show she's feeling playful or even a little nervous. For example, she might accidentally type, "I love you," instead of "I love you," or type "XO" when she meant to just type X. These tiny mistakes are often a way for girls to flirt because they can make a text feel more personal and genuine. When a girl makes these small typing mistakes, it's a sign she's comfortable enough with you to let her guard down. It shows she's not worried about making everything perfect and is more focused on the connection between you. These little accidents often come off as charming and endearing, and they signal a sense of intimacy and affection that goes beyond the usual formalities of text messaging. Now that you know these 10 signs, the next time you're texting, keep an eye out for these clues. you might start to see the little flirty hints hiding in plain sight. The way someone texts can say a lot, and now you have the tools to spot when someone is trying to show interest without saying a word. Whether it's the playful emojis, quick replies, or the subtle compliments, these signs will help you understand what's really going on behind the screen. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more tips like this. Show some love by liking this video and sharing it with your friends who might be curious too. Who knows, you might help them decode a few texts along the way. Keep an eye on the messages you get and see how many of these signs you can spot next time. With this knowledge, you'll be texting like a pro, spotting all the subtle flirty moves. Stay tuned for more fun and helpful content coming your way soon.